Nearly 20 past 11, it's Friday, and you know what happens on a Friday. Yes, a load of brand new movies get released to us to go out and spend our money on to go to the cinema. Some of them are available on streaming, which is why we catch up with movie critic Van Connor every single Friday at this time to just go through some of the movies that are around and find out which ones are worth going to see. Good morning, Van Connor. Welcome back.
Good morning to you, Mr. Ball. Good week, I hope.
Yes, a good week, and actually a pretty decent week for movies, I feel. And we're going to be talking about two of them, of course. So we are going to cover...
We're going to be talking about two of them, but because of covering the bigger ones first, it means we haven't got one of the best ones in here. It has to be said up top.
Yeah. And which one are you referring to there, Van?
I think we'll talk about the first one then, in that case. Shall we discuss Red One?
Let's talk about Red One. So this is... I'd probably say the first Christmas movie to be released this year.
I think really the first proper Christmassy one so far out this year. I have seen another one that's a Thanksgiving movie, so it's kind of a Christmassy one. That's called Brothers. That's on streaming. But yeah, this is the Christmas action movie that stars Dwayne Johnson alongside Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons. The idea here is, what if sort of Santa Claus the movie, but as a modern day Fast and Furious level action movie, or a Dwayne Johnson movie. Santa is kidnapped from the North Pole, his designation being Red One, and with Red One missing, Santa's retiring head of security, played by Dwayne Johnson, who has, lost his faith in the goodness of people at Christmas, the adults, not the kids, he has to turn to the world's greatest tracker, a slacker and deadbeat dad, played by Chris Evans, to help him track down, rescue Santa, and save Christmas. Have a listen to this clip.
Cool place.
Welcome to the North Pole.
Come again?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
You're the best tracker in the world. You're gonna help us find him.
I work alone. You used to. I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away, out of everyone here, I like you the least. Garcia? What the hell? Shall we do the thing? I'm afraid we're gonna have to.
You're mine until we find him.
Oh, God!
I suggest you get going.
I've got to say that Dwayne Johnson in this looks like he's wearing Elf's kind of costume, but in leather form in this movie.
What was it I said to you? Eddie Murphy on stage in Raw, I think, in the red leather jumpsuit thing. Very Michael Jackson, wasn't it? Right, I will say this. Considering that one of my fantasy movies in life, a movie I would love to see more than any, is Lee Majors in The Night the Reindeer Died, from the start of 1988's Scrooged with Bill Murray. And this had all the potential to finally be that. And oh my God, they squander it. Because this thing is so perfunctory, so by the numbers, so assembly line. And you feel it from the opening credits, where every single name that appears on there is some direct connection to Dwayne Johnson. It feels like what would happen if Arnold Schwarzenegger had micromanaged Jingle All the Way, which is a film I haven't seen in 20 years and yet still can remember more about than this movie that I saw on Tuesday. That's how forgettable and by the numbers and average it is. It's just not engaging.
Oh dear. So is there anything good about it?
Chris Evans is always likeable and charming, I guess. Oh, J.K. Simmons is fun as Santa.
There we go. Well, if you want to go watch Red One and get a bit Christmassy, I mean, you can go just for the Christmas vibes, if nothing else.
Humbug.
Bar humbug from Van, but you can go and spend some money and eat a humbug if you like while you're in the cinema, because it is showing at Odeon George Street from today, View Cinema Oxford, Cineworld Didcot and Cineworld Whitney, and View Cinema in Bicester. Then let's move on to the big boy this week. Of course, everyone's talking about it. Paddington in Peru, and I'm really hoping you've not got a bad thing to say about this one today, Van.
I've not got a bad thing, nor have I got a hard stare in me, sir. Paddington in Peru is a certified banger, I'm happy to say. So, of course, it is the third in the Paddington series. It follows, number 2, a.k.a. the greatest movie of all time. So said Sir Nicholas of Cage. For this third outing, Paddington and the Brown family venture off to Peru. Primarily in Paddington's case because Aunt Lucy is feeling a bit down in the dumps, and she's starting to miss him over there in the home for retired bears. But for the Brown family, it's an attempt to sort of get them to come back together, as well as they've all started to fracture apart and live their own sort of separate lives, kind of a deal. Of course, no sooner have they arrived in Peru and gotten to the home for retired bears, however, than they discover that Aunt Lucy is missing, and they must venture into the jungle to rescue her. Have a listen.
Aunt Lucy! Paddington, we're here! Aunt Lucy!
I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest deep in the jungle, and we have no idea where she is.
Aunt Lucy found me when I was a cub. Now I have to find her.
But the Amazon is quite large.
We have to try.
And I have faith that you will survive.
Do you know, even though I'm just listening to that, because I'm not watching anything, I'm just listening, just like you, wherever you're listening to the show, it still sounds so warm and wholesome and just a perfect Sunday afternoon kind of family movie to sit and watch.
Absolutely. And this sort of continues that now standing house style for the Paddington brand of finding the balance between parental twee and mischievous little boy. You know, it's sort of halfway in there, like mischievous toddler and parental twee. And somewhere in the middle of that spectrum is the Paddington vibe. And this kind of keeps that going. It's good fun. The character is as adorable as his adventure is, you know, charming and cuddly. It's a really good time. The whole family will enjoy it. There's one cast substitution this time around where Sally Hawkins has been swapped out for Emily Mortimer. And there's no Peter Capaldi in this one, which saddens me. But, you know, the rest of the sort of murderer's row of star cameos sort of all kind of come back. You know, the neighborhood gang kind of thing. And the scene stealer is obviously Olivia Colman, who's getting to do the Hugh Grant thing here. She's getting to do the sort of same big, larger-than-life kind of new character that Hugh Grant got to do in Paddington 2. And yeah, I had an absolute blast with it. Do see it. You'll be very charmed by it. I know this is going to be like a family hit in your house, Adam.
Oh, absolutely. We'll be as soon as it comes out, we'll be watching it on the sofa on a Sunday afternoon. If you want to go to the cinema though this weekend or next weekend to watch it, you can. It's out from today, showing at Odeon, Oxford, George Street, View Cinema, Oxford, Cineworld, Didcot and Whitney, and View Cinema in Bicester. So really good one to choose this weekend is probably that one over that and Red One. What have we got to look forward to next week? Is there anything big coming up then?
Yeah, next week the biggie is Gladiator 2, would you believe? And Daisy Ridley is going action with a movie called Magpie. I think it's an action thriller with, of all people, Daisy Ridley.
Well, we'll see what you think of those. Same time on Friday next week. In the meantime, fan, have a lovely weekend, whatever you're up to. All right, we'll catch up then.
Till the next time, good sir.